Okay, let's look at Standard 18, Substandard A. Describe the creation of the Tennessee Valley Authority as a works program and as an effort to control the environment. So as a works program and an effort to control the environment, Tennessee Valley Authority. That's what we're going to look at. The Tennessee Valley Authority was part of FDR's first New Deal, or within the first 100 days, TVA here, program. Here's a cartoon showing it. And originally, in the beginning, it was really thought of as a works program to put these people back to work who had suffered this widespread unemployment that was caused by the Great Depression. And that was the original idea. So the TVA was called a works program for this reason. The Tennessee Valley Authority was an attempt by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the president, during the New Deal to lower the unemployment rate by giving people government jobs. So he wanted to lower unemployment through government jobs. And widespread unemployment was a characteristic of the Great Depression we talked about before. But this is a government or works program is where he tried to lower the unemployment by giving average people who were out of jobs government jobs. These were not business jobs, they were government jobs. And so he uses active government to intervene in this unemployment situation, and then to give relief to the people who are under economic hardship by giving them a government that was created, a job that was created by the government. So government job, not a business job, but a government job. So here we are with this works program. Try to get you to understand that. But what we quickly find out, what FDR finds out, is that this TVA could do so much more. It's going to provide jobs, and that's what we mean by a works program, but it's also going to control flooding in an effort to control the environment by controlling flooding. We're going to see the TVA is going to do that as well, and that's close read of our standards is, and as an effort to control the environment. That's what we're talking about, is controlling flooding on the Tennessee River. Okay, and it's also going to provide electricity for people in the Tennessee River Valley area. About 5 to 7 states are going to be provided electricity. Now keep in mind the TVA does not regulate electricity, but that it is a government entity, and still is today, that provides electricity to those people in the mountain areas and in the Tennessee areas throughout those 5 to 7 states. So it's going to provide electricity to them. And then there's regional development to try to develop that region in the mountain areas and in this river area in Tennessee to try to help them become more prosperous. And let's take a look at the Tennessee River Valley. Here's Georgia, state of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, part of Mississippi here. And this is the Tennessee River Basin or system here, right along this area here. And through these rivers, FDR is going to set up what's called hydroelectric, or these dams first, and these hydroelectric power plants. They're going to use this hydro or water power to power up electricity by using generators, and then send this electricity throughout the region for sale at a cheap price. So the Tennessee Valley Authority area, the TVA area, is right in here. We have here highlighted in a greenish blue. But anyway, those are the dams in red. Those are going to be built by these people, government jobs. People are going to have to go out here and build these things, the works program. And these power plants are going to provide electricity to the people in this area. Alright, and here's a different picture here. Norris Dam here, located here in Tennessee, right here, was the first dam built. Right here. And it shows you the area map here. And that's the drainage system circled in red. Alright, and here's a picture of the Norris Dam today. It's made into a state park. Here it is. And what it does is how it controls flooding. It controls how much water leaves from this part of the river to this part, and they can regulate it. If water rises, they can let more out. If they need to regulate it in any way, they can do it right here with the Norris Dam. And here it is in Tennessee, right here on the Tennessee River. And people are going to have to build this. And if you look right over here at these electrical lines, and this area right here, this thing is going to generate electricity here by this water flow coming through it. And it's going to generate this, move these turbines in here and create electricity and go out these lines and then out these other lines here and send this electricity throughout the region. Very important to understand, and people had to build this thing. So let's look at it provided jobs. It is a work program that provided jobs. Here are some pictures of the people who built these dams. So all these people used to be unemployed. Now the government has given them a job to build these dams on the Tennessee River. And this is the way FDR felt the government could best deal with this widespread unemployment, 25% of the people being without a job. And here's another picture, and I just put some other little pictures over here. Visually, if you can kind of look at this and remember, it was a works program. Maybe this will help you remember that TVA was to put these people to work. Here's a different one here, construction of the Wrightsville Dam, 1934, showing all these people at work out here. These people used to be without jobs. It was used to be part of this 25% unemployment. Now they're out here working. And this isn't a business that put them to work. This is the United States government that's putting them to work. Try to alleviate some of this unemployment that was caused by the Great Depression. That's what the New Deal does. That's what FDR wanted to do, is to have an active government that put people back to work and not have them sitting at home feeling sorry for themselves and hating the government, hating capitalism. So here's what we're doing here. It also is going to provide electricity. It's not going to regulate electricity. It is going to provide electricity. And how it does this is what we call hydroelectric power. And what happens is this water comes through here and turns these turbines, and these turbines inside of here have these mica filaments surrounding them, and they're going to use this magnetic electric force when they're turned to create and produce electricity. And there's a transformer there. A generator is what I'm talking about inside of it. It's going to turn, it's going to create electricity and send them out these power lines here. And this little area I showed you on the Norris Dam. Let me see if I can go back to that. Let's see. There's the Norris Dam. There's the little generator here. Here's some of the electrical transformers that are trying to bring the electricity. They're going to regulate and moderate that electricity and cipher it out in different ways. There's some lines there where they're going to send this electricity out. So the TVA is going to provide electricity, and it's going to do it through this hydroelectric power plant here at the dam site. Okay. And here's the reservoir here. There's the dam. There's the transformer, the generator, the powerhouse that I just showed you a picture of. And this turbine is going to turn and create electricity and send it out. So, here's a few other pictures of some transformer areas. And here's the picture of the Norris Dam. Or I don't think that's Norris Dam. It might be one of the other dams. There were so many of them that the Tennessee Valley Authority is going to create this electricity for poor people who lived in these southern states that needed electricity. Okay, did not regulate electricity, provided it. And here's a cartoon during the New Deal. It shows FDR. It says countrywide community power project. It shows the TVA here, this hydroelectric dam that put people back to work. It's going to provide us electricity and is also a works program. We see the private utility companies were threatened by this, and a lot of critics complained that it was not the government's role, or shouldn't be the government's role, to provide electricity, that should be private utilities' jobs. And they argue that government would spend too much money managing this TVA system and maintaining the service and paying these government employees to maintain it. They felt like too much money would be spent. The government would become too big, and we would have to tax the people more to finance this endeavor. So they criticized FDR for this, but FDR wanted to put people back to work and provide this electricity to people. Okay, it's also going to help with the environment. Control flooding, in other words, because on the Tennessee River there was a common issue of flooding along the Tennessee River in certain areas where towns have been flooded out, crops have been flooded out, totally inundated with water. And here's a picture of the Pickwick Landing Locking Dam in Tennessee Valley, in Tennessee, in Hardin County, Tennessee, 1934 and 1938 here. And it shows how this kind of controls the flooding of the area by regulating how much water comes in and out of this dam. So they're going to try to control flooding through that. So here, we've just looked at how does this TVA help during the New Deal. The biggest thing it does, it provides jobs, and that was the whole intent and purpose, is to get people back to work as a works program. But it's going to be used as an effort to control the environment, control flooding. It's going to provide electricity to 7 southern states, and it's going to develop this region within the United States. So this works program called the TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority, FDR was trying to, during this New Deal, lower unemployment by giving these government jobs. So it says, describe the creation of the Tennessee Valley Authority as a works program. We did that. And as an effort to control the environment. We did that. If you have any extra questions, ask them in class. Raise your hand, please. Good luck on the quiz, the test, and the EOCT.